Yeah. Yeah, it's janky. It's janky. What up, people? Welcome back to part two of my salty thoughts of Hidden Gems Football's 200th episode. We last talked to each other in year two, and we're going to embark on year three. Like I told you, I don't edit much. I don't really edit much, nothing. So this is going to come out the way it's going to come out. But in part one, I discussed the origins in my mind of Hidden Gems football, backstory, my personal situations that I was dealing with during the beginning of year one, throughout year one, how year two came to pass, how year two almost didn't happen in my mind, but in reality, year two happened, and not so much year two happened, but what was that? Year nine of a friendship happened, continued. Listen, I know the way I sound, it sounds so cryptic, and I really don't mean to sound like that. Um, I just, like I said, I really, I said in a clip, I did a promo video, put it on Instagram, talking about this episode coming out. Well, the first episode coming out, this whole project coming out, right? And I said how I'm an independent person. Um, I'm used to doing things by myself, for myself, and I'm not really asking for help, right? I'm also a team player, but very seldom was I ever asked to come on a team. So by it going on 5 seasons of Hidden Gems football, as we're about in to start season 5 of Hidden Gems football under the 19 Media Group umbrella. That means I've been a part of 19 Media Group for 5 seasons for the show. And as the years gone by, I feel that um, not by not on purpose, but I guess just through work ethic and just showing showing my genuine self, that I've been able to ingratiate myself to um, most, if not all, of the colleagues of 19 Media Group. That goes from Giving Infringement, Brad and Tyler, Small Town USA, slash Crude Awakenings, Jessica and Carmen, um, NBA Baseline, Cal and Warren, just which guard Gerald Brown, uh, NBA, which guard NBA personality of legend. I even like I get tongue tied talking about Mr. Brown, Mr. Gerald Brown, because that's how much reverence I have for Mr. Brown. Um, his partner Rick Mahorn, uh, Desmond Powell from the Mid Post, formerly Hip to the Games, which will be back in the future. The young OG from Chicago, from Illinois, from Juliet, Joliet, Illinois. But yeah, the whole roster, So for me to be able to hold my own and actually contribute or be a contributing member of a team means a lot to me. So when we have a milestone such as our millionth view on the network, that means a lot to me. When people have new endeavors such as the mixed boxing podcast, where they're doing lives on TikTok. All right, listen, I'm going to support. I'm going to come in there. I might not be up abreast on current boxing, but I can ask questions. I can ask pertinent questions because generally I don't know. When the NBA Baseline goes live with their conference finals preview, oh shoot, yo, they live, like this is not This is not just a premiere. This is live. Yeah, I could chop it up with the boys. Not a problem. You know, every Tuesday, Wednesday when Mr. Gerald Brown goes live. Yo, I'm in. If a lot of times I'm at work, but if I got that time, yo, I'm in. Sometimes I might just have to listen to it. I might not be able to be interactive with it, but I'm in. You know, that goes all across the board, and I don't do that just for clout chasing or all that stuff. Listen, I'm gonna be 50 years old. I don't got time for all that. You know, I am a full believer that if I F with you, I F with you all the way. No half stepping like Kane. If I F with you, if I support you, I'm going to support you. If I like your movement, even if you don't know me personally, if I like your movement, I'm going to support you. Period. And it's not a tit for tat thing. Yo, you do this for me, I do this for you. No, that's not how it was. That's not how it is. But to me, that's being part of a team. Every man is equal. Some people have different responsibilities. Some people have different weight that they carry. But every person on that roster, from 1 to 53 in football, from 1 to 15 or 1 to 12 on the NBA roster, 1 to 25 on a baseball roster, everybody has to pull their part. Everybody should be pulling for one another. And that's how I've always believed. That's how I've always tried to kick it. So yeah, year three, I really feel that this was our breakout year. And I know people are like, huh? Really? You really think so? Yeah, because I think we knew exactly what we wanted it to be. And we just built upon that week after week after week after week. And I am an idiot. You want to know why I'm an idiot? Because I'm doing this. And I just realized I didn't really. I'm not gonna let you with the minutia. Listen, I knew how to do it before, and I'll do it again. It's not that big a deal. No, it's something technical that I should have did it a different way, and I didn't. So I'm just gonna have to do things manually a little bit, but it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, what I was saying is we had our formula, we had our routine, and we were going to do us, right? And I really think it started coming together. Here's a clip from the season premiere of season 3.
That you can handle this.
All right, once again, we are on. He is the great Mike Steph. I am the Mojo King. And this is Hidden Gems Football, brought to you by the 19 Media Group. This is week 1. Season 24-25 is among us for the NFL. This is season 3 of Hidden Gems Football. Happy to be here. How are you doing, Mike Steph?
I'm doing okay. You know, I'm in a undisclosed location, aka somewhere else in my house. So that's why it's kind of mysterious in the background. You're trying to figure out what's back there, and you just don't know. But besides that, I'm doing great, and I'm ready to go.
All right. Before we really start, I would like to thank you, yes, you listeners and watchers. Thank you for choosing us. We strive, we thrive because of you.
So with all that being said, Hidden Gems Football has been a part of the 19 Media Group. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Where's my chicken?
I believe in Mike Steffens. I believe in Mike Steffens.
My chicken.
Media Group presentation.
And let me turn my page so I can see what I'm doing.
Right, Jetty? Oh, look at this. Oh, my God.
I don't know where the chicken is, so chicken's not showing up today.
Yeah. No chicken. No chicken. No chicken. That's what I'm talking about.
What is this?
Beautiful.
Does not need to be that big.
It doesn't. Yes, it does.
There we go. That's much better. Don't have the clock. Do have the view, but you guys can't see it. Maybe sometime I'll show it to you.
Oh, you on your Bomani-ish?
There we go.
Hands to side to side. I believe in machete.
We looking back at that, we found it. It worked. It clicked. In my opinion, it really clicked. And once again, and I know he'll probably be like, "Yo, Mike, you gave me too much credit." No, I didn't. Listen, I know what I bring to the table, and you know what you bring to the table. And but the only way this works is because we allow each other to do us. He allows me to be a class clown at times because I like, especially over the last couple of years, like there's a method to my madness that's not madness anymore, if that makes sense. Like back in the day, Donnie Ooh would be loud, obnoxious, brash, vulgar, whatever, just because, and that would be the humor. Now my humor is based in me just being me being comfortable in my own skin. Like we have a thing that I think might have started last season, and I'm probably jumping ahead, but on our recording day, a lot of time the Mojo Queen is in the vicinity, right? So I always say, "Yo, which go, how you doing?" Or yeah, tell which go, tell the Mojo Queen how you doing. He be like, "Yeah, yo, Mike Steph said how you doing," and I'm like, "No, no, 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 I didn't, no, I didn't. I said how." So now it's just like, "Yo, tell us that what up." He was like, "Mike Steph said how you doing," and then she's like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "No, we're not talking about Brittany Williams." Now that doesn't happen. That doesn't, because he's protecting my. But just those interactions, um, before we start really recording, it just shows a level of vulnerability that I probably wouldn't have been confident in showing before, and also how just the banter, like it's just it's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. Something else happened this season that actually, when I look back on it, I'm like, wow. Up until now, I probably explained it to him, or I probably did tell him this, but it's going to be, you know what? Here.
Do I sound like I'm joking? Do I sound like I'm playing? When you look into my eyes, you understand what I'm saying? Let me say it to you slowly, and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
What up, people? Once again, we are on. I am the great Mike Steph. The Mojo King is on assignment, but he will be live. Well, not really live, but his presence will be felt this week on Hidden Gems Football. Yes, Hidden Gems Football this week will be previewing this weekend's divisional round matchup, both in the NFC and the AFC. This is going to be very, very interesting because I am behind the boards. I am in charge of everything you see on this screen, which might be a positive. It probably will be a positive, but trust and believe it's going to be a wild, wild ride, and hopefully y'all will tune in and fasten your seatbelt and go along for the ride. This is very, very special to me because this is the first time in 19 Media Group history there's going to be a sprinkle of salt edition. not even a Sprinkle of Salt edition, but a Hidden Gems Football Salty edition. Yes, indeed. I'm not going to really go that much farther into the intro because we have 4 games on tap, and time is limited. Time is limited because we, meaning me, want to make sure that you get this video out in time for you to actually put your bets in. Best believe I was 5 out of 6 last week. Even though my pockets feel like I was 0 for 6, but that's neither here nor there because the Parlay King, yes, took a loss. But neither here nor there. Like I said, I'm going to keep the rambling to a minimum, at least in this intro, and we're going to get things on the way. Good night. And goodbye. Later.
Do I sound like I'm joking? Do I sound like I'm playing? When you look into my eyes, you understand what I'm saying? Let me say it to you slowly, and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
Anybody remember that club song from the 90s? She's homeless. She's homeless. La la dee, la la da, la la dee, la la da. Well, I came up with this ditty. Do you know, after the wild card game last week, that Deontay Johnson, wide receiver, formerly of the Texans, was released, and pretty much they say your services are no longer needed. So I guess he's not homeless, of course not, because he's a multi-millionaire. But Deontay Johnson is gone. He's teamless. He's teamless. Got 3 teams in 3 months. He's teamless. He's teamless. La la dee, la la da, la la dee, la la da, la la dee, la la da.
Is that your group presentation?
Oh no! What, you thought I was finished? Not finished. Of course. Got to actually talk about the best team in this bracket, and that would be, well, not the bracket, but the best team we talked about this week, today, this episode, and that would be the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions. La la la, la la dee, la la da, Lions roar. Oh, la 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 la, Lions roar. La la dee. La. The best part of that season of year 3 was, to me, not so much that episode, the fact that the trust was given to me of, okay, listen, we are definitely away. It's not even so much, all right, just hold down the fort until we come back. No. We're going to give you the keys to the house. You go bake a cake, serve the cake, and then lock up when you finish. That really, really touched me. Because at that point, I was like, wow, I'm really officially apart. Like, I'm going to hold down not like I said, I'm not holding down the fort. Like, I'm literally putting stuff on the server, on the page. Yeah. Here's the which score. Here's, this, that, and the third. Which score? Here's the passcode or whatever, blah, blah, blah. With the trust of I ain't going to do no shenanigans. I ain't going to mess nothing up. I'm going to make sure it's out on time. The product is going to be right. I'm sound like I'm Ghost and Ray on a purple tape, but you know what I'm saying. That was to me, that was the ultimate sign of trust, not only from Mo, but from the triumvirate, from the powers that be, from the founders of, all right, which score? We know you got this. Handle that. And I'm very grateful for that, because just like I said, within the year, year prior, it's like, okay, do it on yours. I wouldn't say it was doing it. I kind of felt more comfortable, like, you know what? Let me do it on mine. So therefore, I can, if I slip up and kind of revert to XYZ, then it doesn't put anything bad on the name. This one was like, nah, I got it. All right, cool. Say no more. Say less. And I was still able to do my. That was one of the milestones to me in our 200 episodes. Um, man, listen.
Like I'm joking, do I sound like I'm playing? When you look into my eyes, you understand what I'm saying? Let me say it to you slowly, and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
Once again, we are on. He is the great Mike Steph. I am the Mojo King. This is Hidden Gems Football, brought to you by the 19 Media Group. Mike Steph, I'm back to bug you again.
No, it's no bug. It's no bother, my brother. No, it's great to see us on the screen once again, together, joined as one. Well, not joined as one, but joined on the screen as one, So I was just telling you off air that it feels so much freer to be the color man. But I really, truly do have the utmost respect. I always did, but have the utmost respect of what you have to deal with, especially when we have to chop each up and send each other different clips, and you have to kind of arrange them. So I truly saw Hidden Gem Football from your viewpoint, and I don't like it. I'd rather be on this side. No. It was a great experience. I'm very appreciative that y'all gave me the opportunity. You gave me the opportunity to head the show, steer the ship, if you will, and on the official 19 Media Group property this year. So I guess that was my first salty edition on the 19 Media Group. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I got to say it was great. You did a great job. Next year I might just take a few weeks off and let you just handle it. It's conference championship time. The FL is down to their final four.
Yeah, I can tell. Like, nah, I ain't doing that. No, but I was dead serious, man. I was like, yeah, it's a total different feeling. Because there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of behind the scenes that you have to do when it comes to HGF, that both of us pull our weight in our different areas. So when one of us has to do the job of two, for me, I can't speak for Mo, but for me, it was like, oh, okay. I was up for it, because it was like, all right, but I have to do the whole load. It's not like I can even slack off. Like, you know what? Maybe this one I wasn't really keen on this game, so I can just kind of ride. I could just not ride the coattails, but I could just bounce off what he has to say and come up with something. And it's for you to actually have to do that and make sure that it's digestible and not just too jokey or too rigid. It's a very thin line between love and hate. So that really did catch me. Now I want to say, is this the season finale? Let's see.
You can handle this.
What's good, everybody? It's Warren Shaw, co-founder of 19 Media Group, and I'm encouraging you to stay tuned to everything 19 Media Group, especially my guys here, Hidden Gems Football, Mike and Mo, and I got the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl this weekend.
All right. Once again, we are on. He is the great Mike Steph. I am the Mojo King. This is Hidden Gems Football, Super Bowl edition. Well, our second part of Super Bowl edition. This time with some friends. We'll get to the friends in a little bit. Mike Steph, how are you doing? Not saying you're not my friend, of course.
You kind of got me stumped there, like Super Bowl with friends. Oh yeah, Mike Steph, how you doing? Wow, I'm just Kibblewitz. But anyway, oh no, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just trying to fight off this little cold that I got from my little excursion in Charlotte. But yeah, I can't really complain. And before I forget, I'd like to give a shout out to my cousin Q. Happy 40th birthday. Yeah, that was a cameo. Surprise! But yeah, that was our first Super Bowl with Friends episode. Super Bowl with Friends episodes. We did this for 2 consecutive years. Year 3 and year 4 is where we scour our phones and our connections and ask various people, friends, colleagues, people that we support, people that we come across, to see if they want to contribute and to give us their Super Bowl predictions, and in the same breath promote whatever they got going on. So that one, those last year and this year were very great. Not even very good, very great. Just the turnout. Me and Mo always get nervous, like, oh God, we might put out these invitations and nobody. What happens if nobody shows or nobody comes to bat? Well, fortunately, Mo has a lot of connections and able to fill out the Super Bowl with Friends, and my close circle, they come through also. So those are one of the best episodes of the year. Who, me?
Do I sound like I'm
Now, that was a taste of our off-season free agency recap in between seasons 3 and 4. Once again, Mo allowed me to steer the boat, not so much as in doing all the technical things in the background, but if I'm not mistaken, I think I really wanted to make sure that we got something out, or time was limited because both of us have lives, both of us have families, what have you, and I think it might have been one of those things like most, like, listen, if you want to do it, fine. I'll chime in here and there, but if that's what you want to do, fine. You want to roll with it, you want to roll with it, and he allowed me to do so. So here we go. Who, me?
Do I sound like I'm joking? Do I sound like I'm playing? When you look into my eyes, you understand what I'm saying? Let me say it to you slowly, and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
All right. Once again, we are on. I am the Mojo King. This is Hidden Gems Football, brought to you by the 19 Media Group. Before you fans of Mike Steph get nervous, don't worry, he is here on this episode. In fact, he is doing most of the heavy lifting. I'm mostly here just for eye candy. You're welcome. Now, obviously, there's a lot going on in sports. We have the MLB starting up. We have the NCAA Men's and Women's Championship. But this is HGF, and we're focused on football. The NFL draft is fast approaching. But before that, some teams have made some pretty crucial moves in free agency and trades. I would throw my little 2 cents in, but like I mentioned, this is mostly Mike Steph's arena. So, Mike Steph, take it away.
What up, people? Mike Steph here, one half of Hidden Gems Football, brought to you by the mighty 19 Media Group. So I figured, you know what, Mo? Let's give the masses something that they deeply want and which they richly deserve, and that's more of us. And I want to say 3 topics on each conference, the AFC and the NFC, 3 top moves that I think might have a big impact in this upcoming season. Listen, this upcoming segment, this upcoming year 4, our last season's collection, is where we found something that was pivotal, and I think it just happened by happenstance. I don't think we planned on doing it, but it actually allowed us to expand the shelf life of hour show. Meaning, in half-hour episodes where we're talking about the Thursday night, the Sunday night, the Monday night, sometimes Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. If you watch it in Sunday, if you watch it on Thursday, it's not evergreen. But if we literally chop it up and give you 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes there per game, it's more editable, especially with people's low attention spans, and it gives you a little appetite for more. And that's what we ended up doing in year 4. Man, year 4 is probably our greatest and our latest. Year 4, season 4, I should say, of HGF. Man, we this was a year in which we came up with a different way to attack, spreading our name, spreading our views. This year, I really feel like both of us was locked in. There was a lot of times in which we were not able to be available at the same time, but we still did not miss an episode whatsoever. Sometimes it was more Frankenstein, like, all right, I gotta send my part, he gotta send his part, vice versa. But we even with that being said, I don't think we missed a beat at all. So season 4. Let's begin.
As you understand what I'm saying, let me say it to you slowly, and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
Once again, we are on. He is the great Mike Steph. I am the Mojo King. This is Hidden Gems Football, brought to you by the mighty 19 Media Group. This is week 1 of the NFL 25-26 season. Mike Steph, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just almost had to remind myself who I am because I don't see my name on the thing. But it's just a mere few, which called formality, because by this time, starting for our season 4 opener, regular season opener, you should know who I am. You should know who he is without the introductions. But besides all that, I'm doing okay. I will say this: I'm dedicating this episode to the memory of my late mother. She passed away 19 years ago today, and I will always be Glenda's baby boy, Glenda's very own. Sans Jimmy McGill, I'll figure that out later. But yeah, so this one's for you, Ma. Love you.
All right, Mike Steph, I want to wish you and your family all the best. Nothing but respect there.
Take 2.
Take 2.
Talk about it. I'm ready. You start off with a frog in your throat. Here's the great Mike Steph. I am the Mojo King. Hidden Gems Football, brought to you by the mighty 19 Media Group. Mike Steph, how are you doing today? I'm doing fine.
Devontae. How come I keep forgetting everybody's name?
Devontae Smith.
There we go. We're talking NFL. Week 1. Thursday night football. See what happens when I don't let you finish?
Pause. See what happens when I don't let you finish? Whoa, what am I talking about? Y'all have no idea, for let's say the half hour of content that y'all have, the amount of time that we talk to each other, that the amount of time it actually takes us to do that half hour, right? I'll leave some things to the imagination, but there's a lot of times, okay, being the fact that we're both family men, married, have children. Mine's are older. His is still at the formative age. What up, little man, little medium man, or little big man? Um, but yeah, we have responsibility plus work. So, and the fact that we're kind of, like I said in the very beginning, we're more similar than people realize. We don't like. I'm not a phone person. I used to be a phone person. I'm not a phone person. I'll text. I'm not a phone person. I'm not even gonna say I'm not a talkative person because no, no, I'll chop it up with you in person. But I don't really like talking on the phone unless it's my wife. I mean, my grandkids also, because that's based on me having to do that. But I don't really like going on the phone. Or at bare minimum, if it's somebody that I haven't spoken to in a while and we get on the phone, gotta try to cram everything into that one conversation. So that's how it is kind of every week. We don't speak to each other on the phone. We'll text, but we don't really verbalize what we want to talk about on the phone. So a lot of times, half the time is us catching up with each other, talking about things that we wouldn't talk via text on. And then, oh, shoot. Okay. Here's another behind the scenes look. We record this usually late morning, early afternoon. I'm not a morning person at all. And to tell you the truth, Mo's not really a morning person either. But we tape it before I go to work. So I get up earlier than I would if I was on a normal day, and we record. And then usually I have a hard out of, all right, I got to finish it this time because literally I got to go to work. There's a lot of times that he doesn't get that much sleep before he records. So sometimes he's tired and I'm tired, but in opposite ways. Like he wants to go to sleep, needs sleep, and I really wish I had more sleep, but I got to get up. But regardless, we'll chop it up, and then next thing you know, and sometimes we'll be laughing, or we'll just get on a tangent, or should I say, I get on the tangent, and I'm talking about something. And you're like, whoa, yo, let's focus. Yo, we got like 45 minutes to do this episode. Meanwhile, we done shot the breeze for about an hour and a half prior to that. So, but yeah, it makes it that much better.
But he is expected to play again this week. All right, Mike Steph, who you got? Rams, Falcons.
Finally, this slate of games has come to an end. The last game on the platter is a game that doesn't even matter. It's a game between the Rams and the Falcons. The Rams are favored by 8. Over under is 49.5. Do you really think Atlanta has a chance in hell? After Los Angeles lost against the Seahawks in a game that was taken from them, they had a 30-16 lead. No, 32-14 lead in the fourth quarter. Puka Nakua has been talking. Matthew Steph has been walking. I wonder if McVay has their answer.
So it's a weird time that the team that is actually out of the playoffs seems to have more motivation. But does motivation overshadow talent? I don't think so. I am still going to go with the Rams, take the 7.5 points. I'm really worried about that hook. I wouldn't be terribly surprised if the Rams win by a touchdown, but I think they will edge it out for a little bit more. As for that 49.5 total, again, towards the end of the season, Vegas really knows what they're doing, and I expect that total to be right on that number. I will go under because I predicted a final score of 28-20.
This is a 19 Media Group presentation.
Once upon a time, not long ago, where people wore pajamas and lived life slow, where laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they were too good, there was a little boy who was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said. Me and you, we're going to make some cash, robbing old ladies and making a dash. Listen, that episode right there, as you can see the Christmas tree in the background, that episode right there was I think we had to do like 6 games because of the NFL's crazy schedule, which actually only got worse this season. I'm not looking forward to this at all. So in order for me, because we wasn't able to record together, I don't believe, as you can see. So in order for me to cram everything in to give it to him, for him to edit it in, to put it out one time, I had to do a couple of them when I got home from work, which is like after 1:00 in the morning. And I'm tired. Not so much tired as in sleepy, but just tired. Or I'm just like, darn, it's like the 3rd night in a row I'm doing this. So that was more of me being silly, actually talking about the game in the echoes of Billy Ocean. Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. This beauty up above, gonna everything open up. Wake up suddenly, you're in love. You know what's crazy? Real tangent here. How did Billy Ocean go, Caribbean Queen, at the dance of thing, in the heart and beat as one. Ooh, yeah, I'm love on the run. To Suddenly. I swear, when Suddenly came out at the second single, I was laughing. I'm like, Don, which guy? What was Billy Ocean? Was he Bayesian? Was he Jamaican? I don't know. I know he wasn't Trini. What was Billy Ocean? Anybody know what Billy Ocean's background is? Put in the comment. Put it in the comment section. Cause I want to know what the background was. Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. You see, this is what happens when I'm recording way too late. My wife is probably gonna whip my natural behind because she's trying to go to sleep. It's almost like this recording took way too long. I think I was trying to be doing 90 minutes and end up being a marathon recording. So be it. But that's what happens when I'm talking about something that's been a part of my life for the last going on 4 years, going on 5 seasons. Yeah, time goes by when you're having fun, right?
Mike Steph, take us home.
Before we get out of here for this New Year's edition of Hidden Gems Football, of course, what would be the end of the program without me bringing up the records, the up-to-date records. Actually, not for 1 week, but for 2 weeks, because I forgot to do it last week. For the last 2 weeks combined, Mo, and I'm going to start with Mo first because he needs his kudos. The last 2 weeks combined, we had a total of 12 games. And out of those 12 games, Mo is 8-4 in those 12 games the last 2 weeks, bringing his total record to 33 wins and 29 losses. So he's actually gained 4 games the last 2 weeks because remember, last time I did this, he was at 500. So pretty good. Kudos to Mo. Now, for me, I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't great. You know, I was 500, 6-6. Yes, I was 500, 6-6, which is not great. Even this past week, I was 3-4. which is actually better than I thought I was going to be. 'Cause I thought I was going to really crap the bed, which brings up my total to a respectable 36 wins, 25 losses. So I got a 3-game lead the last week of the regular season. Will I be like my beloved Amazons and cough up the lead? Can I get a split? I don't know. Only one way to find out, and that's to check us out next week on Hidden Gems Football. With all that being said, me and the Mojo King, us at Hidden Gems Football, would like to thank you. That's right, you, for making us the football podcast y'all choose to view and the football podcast y'all choose to listen to. With all that being said, Hidden Gems Football has been a part of the 19 Media Group. Goodbye and happy New Year.
One cluck for the new year.
Shoot, you act like I really give a cluck. Oh, dad jokes for the win.
Yeah.
Shoot, you know what? 2025, get the cluck out of here.
This is a 19 Media Group presentation.
Yeah, I'll just go with Baltimore minus the 3, minus 3.5. You know, over under. I just give up. Yeah. Those dad jokes are great. One thing that we did embark on last season, and I actually held true to my word, because I've always been wanting to try to keep records to see exactly how we fare, not only against each other, but pretty much against the other football prognostication podcasts and just prognosticators, period. And when I say there's not that many media people in this sphere that can say they win a whole season against the spread, because remember, Hidden Gems Football, we talk about survivor pools and we talk about bets against the spread, not just money line, not just win or loss, against the spread, and of course over unders. Against the spread, we were a combined, for the regular season, we were a combined 14 games above 500. The fact that anybody's above 500 against the spread means that we know what we're talking about. Everything, it can't be just luck. It can't just be beginner's luck. Do you know, based on my prognostications in 2024 going into 2025, I was actually able to use my winnings to go on a cruise, at least my portion of the cruise. I mean, know what we're talking about. And I really think that, I ain't gonna lie, year 5, I'm poking up my chest. You know, that's the reason why I put that clip out there. Just to let suckers know that we know what we're talking about. Yeah, we might not be bright lights, big city of dreams, all that. No. But remember when I said we are the little engine that can, the little engine that could, that's what I'm talking about. All because some people or some entities or some platforms get a little bit more notoriety does not mean that the members of the 19 Media Group, no matter what sphere you're in, wrestling, pop culture, interviewing, football, basketball, the whole 9, don't know what they're talking about. We know what we're talking about. And we put it on the line every time we press that button, we see that red light on. And you know what happens when we put that when we press that button and put that red light on? It's almost akin to 32 years ago. Yo, you got a red dot in your head. Yo, you got a red dot in your head too. Oh, That's how we get down. Bang, bang.
To my eyes, you understand what I'm saying? Let me say it to you slowly, and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
All right, once again, we are on. He is the great Mike Steph. I am the Mojo King. This is Hidden Gems Football, brought to you by the 19 Media Group. Mike Steph, how are you doing?
I am doing okay. I'm doing okay. This is our season finale for season 4. To be honest and to be fully transparent, I'm kind of drained right now. It was my son's anniversary, fell on Super Bowl Sunday. So the boring nature of the game, I would say helped in a certain way because I was able to really just concentrate and devote my energy toward real life matters. But with all that being said, I'd like to, give thanks to everyone who reached out to check on me, and me and my family truly appreciate it. And so I'm ready to get this ultimate episode, because I said penultimate last week, this ultimate episode on the way.
First of all, condolences and respect to your family, you and your family. But outside of that, as far as Hidden Gems Football goes, let's just get into it. I think you have a couple of comments you'd like to say about the game.
Maybe I'm the only one who felt this way. Coming up, watch
Bad Bunny's halftime show. Do I sound like I'm joking? Do I sound like I'm playing? Hidden Gems Football. I don't think you can handle this.
You think you can handle this?
And I didn't even get into stupid Jake Paul.
Get it out, brother. Sure, I'm not going to say no. You're going too far. Matter of fact, how about this? Being the fact this is the season finale, let's make this the series finale for the chicken. Yes, that's right. I'm turning heel. The chicken, if I see that effing chicken one time in season 5, it's going to be on site. It's going to be on site like Ja Rule, and I'm dead serious. First and foremost, once again, thank you, Brother Freeman. When I say this past year's Super Bowl with Friends, me personally, he was the standout. He's also the voice that you hear. Think I'm joking? If you think I'm playing, take a look in my eyes so you can see what I'm saying. But please check out the Super Bowl with Friends episode so you can see exactly what all our people put together, specifically Brother Freeman. He had to actually pop me. But in that clip, that clip I used to show how nice Mojo became with the editing, single shot on me, single shot on him together, single shot on him, single shot on me, back and forth. That added another element to the podcast, So it's about that time. It's definitely about that time to start wrapping this up. I like to thank each and every one of y'all, each and every one of Hidden Gems Football listeners, viewers, supporters, for allowing us to get to this historic milestone. 200 episodes, nothing to sneeze at. Time went by like this. This next season is also a milestone. Season 5. You know how many shows don't ever make it to a season 5, especially nowadays, especially in this climate. We do this for the heart. We do this from the heart. We do it for the art. We do this for our hobby. We do this for y'all. We do this for us. We do this because this is what we do. Going the future, I don't see any reason why we would stop. I think we're just getting better and better as time goes by, like fine wine. Um, I'm quite sure we'll probably add another wrinkle to this to the show this season, especially with the crazy schedule that they came out with. I don't know how this is going to work, but maybe we'll have some more correspondence. Um, Somehow, some way, we'll make it work because we always do. Um, Always there when you call, always on time. Gave you my all. AR be mine. Got HGF when you call. You got HGF is on time. You got, you know what? I'm blowing it. So I swear I did not mean this for it to be almost 3 hours altogether. But I should have known. I should have known because there was no way in hell I was going to be able to just cram everything into 90 minutes. Because see, this is why I do notes so I can. But at the same time, a situation like this, an episode like this, a topic like this can only be done one way, and it has to be done from the heart. So that's what I chose to do, and I stand on it 10 toes down. Um, please, once again, check out Hidden Gems Football. Check out the archives on the 19 Media Group YouTube channel. Check out the playlist from episode 1 to our shorts to our off-season previews, everything. Just check it out. And while you're on the channel, check out the myriad of different aspects, different videos, different topics that the people, my compadres from the 19 Media Group, have to offer. I'm quite sure you'll find one that floats your boat, if not all. And I'm once again, I'll say this before and I'll say it again. I'm thankful and I'm happy and I'm proud to be a part of the unit, of the group, and playing my position. And I believe I'm playing it well. And that's not my arrogance talking. That's not my ego talking. That's just how my confidence talking. Because the man that started this with Mo, or the man that appeared on the first episode with Mo, and the man that is talking to you right now, the man that's been on the last episode of Hidden Gems Football, um, they're the same they're the same person, but they're not the same individual, if that makes sense. I truly, this has been an experience, and this has been something that has aided me into my journey, into my path, into my growth. And if y'all haven't noticed, I'm going to bring attention to it, especially for those who know me, especially those who have followed the journey. I'm going on a total time of 2 hours and 45 minutes and change of recording. And I have yet to utter a curse. It's not really a milestone to me anymore because that's just the way I approach things right now. But at the same time, Donnie Ooh could never. Donnie Ooh could never. Shoot, just by sitting down, a F-bomb would just came like a fart. So yeah. It's been a ride. So please join us as we embark on season 5 later on this summer with the NFL preview. Please like, subscribe, share, press the notification button, tell a friend. I'll be dropping lives this week, the afternoon after New York Knicks basketball, the New York Knicks Eastern Conference Finals for the second consecutive year, home series, home game against the Cleveland Cavaliers this coming Tuesday, or when y'all see it yesterday and tomorrow. So that means today and on Friday, y'all expect a live. Win or lose. Win or lose. Yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here because I done talked enough. Tired. Right now I have the premiere of Gimmick Infringement on in the background. So that's what I'm gonna do while I eat a coffee roll at 3:15 in the morning. And you see my friends? See my friends up here? There we go. See my friends? Bucky, Stitch, Jetty. They're here to stay. So I'll check y'all later on this week with the lives. And maybe next week for a full-fledged episode. I don't know. All I know is I'm about to ramble and I'm going to get out of here. So with all that being said, check you later. Goodbye. I said bye.